welcome to Who Be This On, Season 7, Episode 29. I'm Chris Lorenz, and you're get the hell out of my office.
Help Chicago's hookers. This is Brian.
People who deserve to be worshipped like gods amongst men. People like me. This is Noah Singer.
All right. So if this is your first time listening, we watch a different reality show, figure out if it's good or bad. And last week we watched Seeking Brother Husband, and we had a poll on Twitter at Who Put This On, and you guys voted it a middle third show. So pretty along the lines of where we thought it should be. And then who knows, Brian, you know what we're doing this week?
We're doing My Big Fat Obnoxious Boss.
Season 1, Episode 1, because
Yes.
I missed that in the intro. Okay.
Yep. So we're watching we're watching My Big Fat Obnoxious Boss, a parody of The Apprentice. This show challenges 12 professionals' skills and loyalty for a chance at $250,000 prize and a job at Iacor.
Okay.
Iacor.
Welcome to Parody Month. So we're doing all parody shows all month. So this is our first parody. It's from the ripe year of 2004. Making fun of The Apprentice. Okay. This is amazing fact. Okay. So this show premiered. What month does this show premiere?
It's gotta be March, right?
You say March. Noah.
I had the Wikipedia page in front of me.
Okay. So November 2004.
Okay.
When do you think The Apprentice premiered?
I'm gonna go 2001.
I want to say August.
January of 2004. This parody is so quick.
Wow.
Same year.
I was thinking it was gonna be quick, but I didn't know how quick. I think it really turned it around in 2 weeks.
Very quick. Yeah. So this show is a parody of The Apprentice. So we have, instead of Donald Trump, we have Mr. and Paul Todd, which, if you're not aware, is an anagram for Donald Trump.
Wow. I was wondering how they came up with that. Yeah.
Clearly, they were just looking for anagrams for Mr. Trump. And he has his own catchphrases. He's got, instead of "you're fired," he's got "get the hell out of my office" when somebody gets kicked out. And then he says, "welcome to my world" is another catchphrase apparently he has. And he is an actor, William August, which he has not been in anything really after this show. This might be his apex. Just saying.
Yeah, you gotta go on top,
I mean, the apex is the top. You don't go out on the top. He did other things.
Did he though?
No, not really. But he did. And this is probably
that's my point. Yeah, this is apex, and he said, "I'm out."
Okay. All right. So the show takes 12 people and puts them in this reality show. They think they're going to be on an Apprentice on Fox. And what they don't, and they're going to get this job at, what's the company called? Iacor. And apparently Iacor does not exist. And this guy is not a billionaire. So
although Iacor is a Spanish company with 5 employees today on LinkedIn.
They claim that Iacor is Latin for joke or joker. Jokester. So
yeah,
there you go. But that job does not exist.
Yeah,
which I find you definitely could just do the show where you could the prize. There's a prize money, and the prize money is real. You could just say you get a prize, but I guess the motivating factor is here that you get to learn from a billionaire. There's a whole setup where they meet the billionaire, and they're really impressed with the billionaire, and they're we'll get into that. That was pretty funny. But
they're very impressed with him. Oh, he has so much money. Oh wow.
Like, I find it, I don't really like when they lie in these things. I don't know why. It just feels icky.
Yeah, I mean,
Ah,
everybody's like, well, you should understand what you're going for so that you can make a decision on this. They're just tricking you for like their own profit, kind of.
mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's you have to get over that barrier for this show. It definitely comes at you hard and fast that these 12 people think they're coming to $1 billion company, like market cap company, and they're not. That just doesn't exist.
No, no.
Uh so that's kind of the moral gray area, you could call it.
It was
But
unclear. Like, did they actually win money at the end?
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
It
And the
seems like they did. Okay, yeah.
on the Wikipedia page, the prize. They also said the prize money is real to us during the show. Uh,
Yeah. I
so
thought I caught that, but I was just clarifying. Yeah.
you can also watch the show on YouTube. We sent you the YouTube links on the description, so go watch it there.
Are all the episodes on YouTube?
it started rolling into episode 2, so maybe.
Most
Hmm.
likely, but I
Okay.
didn't verify.
Okay.
And also another minutia about this show, not related to the episode itself, is that the show didn't even make all 10 episodes on Fox.
What does that mean?
Mm,
After 5 episodes, they pulled it.
Yeah, it makes sense. But then
So
where did it
wait.
go?
It went
So where?
on to the BBC. It was a BBC production as well, apparently. And all 10
Oh.
episodes made it on BBC, and then later the Fox Reality Network.
Okay, I was gonna
Oh.
say this seems right up Fox's alley. Like you could just dump that garbage
Yeah,
reality show on there.
today, just
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like get an HD conversion of the shit and then put it on today. It would have better ratings than half the things on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here, Mass Dancer.
Is that still on? Don't tell me that's still on.
It's still on, bud.
Oh my god.
Same with Mass Singer.
Well, I know Mass Singer's still on.
The whole MCU.
Okay. All right. So let's get into more minutia of the show. So the 12 people come in, they have this like intro, like dinner kind of thing. And of
Mhm.
course, this is when they already start messing with the people. Well, yeah. So they come in armored cars because they're worth their weight in gold, which I sets the tone for the show, I think, really well.
That was a really good move. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
And then,
I agree.
and then they come out and the billionaire makes this like PowerPoint presentation on IO Core, and like everyone has in their confessionals they're really impressed. At least the ones we see, they say, they're really impressed. And then they have champagne, which he tells them is really expensive, but is actually really cheap. And then they have food that he says is really expensive and is really cheap. I forget exactly what they are. And there's all these confessionals of people saying like, "Oh, the food was so fancy and the champagne was so good. It tasted so high end."
Yeah, meanwhile it was blended bologna and
Yeah,
like spray cheese.
yeah, something
Blended
like that.
bologna.
Yeah, they put it in a food processor. That was not something I
I
really
mean,
wanted to see.
have you not tried that?
No, and I'm not going to.
Uh, so then after that, they're told that they're going to be split up into teams. And for some reason, the show has decided they're going to do men against women,
'Cause
which
that's how it is in the business world, Chris.
that happens a lot in this show where it's like we're doing this because that's how it's done and get over it.
Oh my god.
So the first night
over
they
it.
could stay in this like awesome penthouse in Chicago, and they're like super impressed. They're like, think this is baller. And they're like, they get in these cars to go to their first real challenge. And they were told to dress down, like don't dress in suits or anything, just like come in, casual wear. And they get taken to where were they taken to? Some warehouse.
Yeah, they're just taken to a random warehouse.
Yeah,
some
it's like
some ran-
yeah.
and the first challenge was which team can oh wait, the first real challenge is which team can panhandle the most money.
Mhm.
And These people, it's I they really do a good job of explaining to you that like, okay, these people are expected to work at this $1 billion company, but now they're panhandling for quarters and they're like
Yeah.
really into winning this challenge. And like the whole thing is like, oh, we're at the top, you got to start at the bottom is the reasoning behind this like challenge. And they get,
Hmm.
you know, they really go out and do it and they lie constantly. It's impressive to watch, I think.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they go all out.
Yeah, they were given a lot of stuff that was just like, oh my god. They gave like specific um like clothes that were like worn out. They gave like
Oh yeah.
mud
They
and they gave dirt.
they didn't use this, but they
Mhm.
had a whole section where they could have made signs and they could have changed into like hobo clothes and made themselves look like a dirty hobo. And like no one did that, but I thought that was a great touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, like that would have really like been the end of somebody's career if they had went down that road.
I mean, I think some of the women might have had signs, cardboard signs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, they made some signs and stuff like donations. But then I don't think it was put on the sign. But then the women realized they could start raising money for cheerleading camp, and that was a much more clever tack because they're not lying about a charity.
Yeah, so the men lied, said that they were getting donations for charity, some sort of Chicago people's charity, which obviously is not a real thing. And then the women were, I mean, they weren't not lying. Like this money was not for cheerleading camp, but it was
No,
less disingenuous than charity for sure.
definitely less disingenuous.
But like the fact that these guys could just probably go home and just donate that money to charity, make themselves feel better,
They
that's
could, yeah, totally. I hope they did.
like there's
Like they don't
some
really
sort of
explain what happens. You know,
they did say what happened. They said
because
how much money people got.
I know, but they said so they made like $300 or so, right? And
Yeah, they made
they
three hundred
didn't explain
twelve
what happened to that
dollars.
$600 they collectively made.
They made 312,
Yeah,
and then the women made
40 or
328.
something.
Three.
So yeah,
I
330.
have it
Yeah.
written down. We just haven't
Oh,
been there. Yet.
nice.
I haven't.
Yeah, it was
Woo!
only like a $30 difference.
334 versus
Mm.
312. So the women win. Um, and the best part about this is not just like this challenge itself. It's like the winners, they get to go back to the penthouse and they get a mattress that's like goose feather mattress with $10,000 in it. And that sounds amazing. Like, oh, goose feather mattress and $10,000. No, the $10,000 is in the mattress and you have to sleep on the $10,000. And in the middle of the night, everyone wakes up and can't fall asleep because it's very uncomfortable. This like
It's so good.
mattress, and so
Such a
like
good
winning
tack.
is not really the best, So that's the best part about the winning. They even made a comment about like, okay, winning is like kind of not great either because we're gonna mess with you for winning as well, and that's
Hmm.
amazing.
Yep, I like that part too.
They're really like digging
Yeah.
deep into this. And then
Yeah.
the losers, they have to sleep in tents under a bridge next to the like
The
train.
L train. Yeah. Yeah. The elevated train that goes across Chicago.
That was great. Like that's just like, okay, we're gonna stay in penthouses. We penthouses the whole time. Nope, you staying in this tent because you failed at panhandling. Just
Yeah.
great. No notes. Good job.
I really wish they did more of like parody reality shows today. Because like with how prevalent the shows are, like you can just create some super niche parody. It'd be great.
So there also is a show by the same production company that's My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiance or something, which is a
Mm.
bachelor parody, which
Mm.
might happen this month. We don't know. Tweet at
Ooh.
us if that's what you want us to do. Anyway,
Ooh.
we missed the actual first challenge, which was giving the name of the other team. So the men were given the women's team name, and the women were given the men's team name. And this was
Mhm.
before any of this real shenanigans. So the women gave the men Concad, which seems like a very fine name to me.
Yeah, they did not
Super
understand
weird.
the task.
They were like, it's con
No.
man, like with being catty. So you're like con men that are catty. So you're Concad. I'm like, oh, that just seems like a very normal business name. I'm
It
not
was
getting
terrible because, like,
con men out
yeah,
of that at all.
they tried explaining how a CAD is like a type of bad thing that people know about, and I'm like, I never heard of a CAD. What are
No,
you guys
we
talking
have
about?
heard of
Terrible.
Noah. You've heard of caddy, like
Really?
yeah. You've never heard the term caddy before, like Nancy was being a little catty to Joe at the market today. Like you've never
But
heard.
isn't that spelled like CATT?
I don't know
Like
how
Tom
you
Tom?
spell it, but I assume that's what they were going for. Is like
Yeah,
some
I
sort of
don't know. But they spell it concad. It makes
caddy.
no sense.
Caddy might be caddy. I don't know,
I don't
but
think. I'm gonna go to the corner
yeah,
real
go to
quick
the
because
corner
I
for
don't think this
this.
is a thing. Yeah,
Anyway,
not a
then
thing.
the men give the name
Oh, okay, okay. Super quick corner.
Femron.
Emerald.
So it's
I,
like Enron, but females. Femron. It's also a fine business name.
yeah, also fine. So cad is a term. A man who behaves dishonorably, especially toward a woman.
Okay, never heard it. Would never know.
No, no. Yeah, they really failed the name challenge. Both teams. It's terrible. Terrible.
I'm assuming there were some sort of producers involved in being like, you can't just name them Losers Inc. or something.
Mm,
I would just name it Apple Piz or something like that.
no. So
Just
I was thinking.
before
Of
this is
yeah.
before Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was thinking, so for the listeners, we all live around Seattle somewhere, and in Seattle, there's a lot of pho restaurants, like pho, the noodle soup, and a lot of them do like gimmicky names, like Pho Real. The best one is the Pho King, Pho King. I think you got to give them the name Pho King, so then when people say their name on the show, they're always going fucking.
Yeah, the producers would not allow you to do that, I don't think. To name it something like that, which is why I think some of these names are what they
Yeah.
are. Just some weird esoteric. Like I guess you could think that's a bad name, but it's it's not really. It's a massive fail for sure. Like
Yeah.
I was on the Wikipedia page before they did this challenge, and I was like, "Oh, their name is Femrod and Concad. These are fine names, I guess." Like, didn't even occur
Mhm.
to me that was like supposed to be a bad name for the other team at all.
Yeah. They were way too sanitized.
Yeah. So then they do this other challenge. The men lose. So when you lose, you have to go to the boss's office the next day, Mr. Paul Todd and Paul Todd. You have to go to his
Hmm.
office. And every time Paul Todd is dealing with the contestants, he's just like messing with them. He's like pretending he's like interrupting them with weird non sequiturs and asking them weird questions that don't relevate to the aren't relevant to the conversation or the last question. And it's pretty great. Like I think that's one of the best parts about this show is just like not only are you parroting like The Apprentice, but you're also just like really getting deep into people's psyches here, like really messing with them.
Hmm.
Maybe this is also why there's not too many of those shows.
Maybe you're too smart, to like no one's gonna deal with this BS in 2023.
No way.
So
Hmm.
they take all these people in, and then there's like a team leader. He picks a couple of people that are safe, and then the boss says, "Okay, since you're the team leader, you're also safe because in the business world, the boss is always right." So he's also safe, which I thought was great. Great commentary on the business world. No notes. Uh, So then it's left to two people, and the boss is like talking to them, and they have to like they're trying to keep their position, whatever. And it doesn't seem to really make any sense. They just kick one guy off, which I wrote
Yeah,
his
it
name
makes no
down.
sense. I mean,
Daniel, I think.
they talked
Yeah.
about the suit a little bit. Like the suit he was wearing wasn't like if it was fake,
It
nice.
was
It might have saved
no, it
him.
was too nice or something. Is
Yeah,
what they
it
is
was.
what he said, which is
Yeah, but
great.
the suit that he really got, like, and Paul Todd, was like, oh, this looks like an expensive suit, but it's not. So you're an idiot. So get out of here. Like,
Yeah, they just made up some stupid reason. And then they were
yeah,
like, this production is like, okay, but I'm not the real boss. There's like another boss. And, Brian, do you want to take a guess on what this other boss is?
Definitely not Donald Trump. Maybe it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. No. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Noah, do you want to take a guess or do
I
you know
would.
what it is?
I mean, I've been going in the corner on the
Yeah,
show.
I definitely had to look this up. It's a it's a monkey.
What?
It's a monkey.
So they just had the monkey randomly pick that who goes home.
I mean, they're just like the real boss is just the monkey. Like I assume production crew just picked them, but I would love if they had a montage of the monkey pointing at who they want to leave.
Yeah.
Which would
So
also be great for the arbitrary getting rid of these people on this episode.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
On the Wikipedia page, it says in the final episode, the real boss was revealed to be a chimpanzee who responded to the name of Mowgli and who made his decisions by spinning a wheel with the names of the contestants.
So there you go. I'm
Mowgli.
assuming that's how they who won the 350,000 or whatever. 250,000.
250, yeah. Mowgli.
And that was the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Noah, you have anything
That's
from
it.
the corner you want to bring up?
I do have a really interesting fact from the corner. And there's not much on the internet about it, so it's like a very unsatisfying conclusion. So, big spoilers, although we've gone deep down the spoiler rabbit hole. The winner of the show.
Okay.
So, the winner is Annette Ziamba. So, she's whatever, a normal, fine person. Fun fact, she appeared in the first season of The Apprentice. No, sorry, in the 2008 season of The Apprentice as Trump's executive assistant. So somehow she crosses over to the non-parody.
Well, I mean, all these people really want to be business people. Like they all really want to be on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me these people are more successful after the show because they're on the show than before.
Nope. Trump saw it and thought it was real.
At this point, right? Is there Celebrity Apprentice? But how do you get to his executive assistant? I don't know.
You know exactly how you get to be the executive assistant of Mr. Trump. Okay, there's no secret there. No, if this was a guy, that's a question. But a woman, forget it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure she's a super hard worker, but she definitely looks like someone who Donald Trump would take advantage of.
Another fun note is the production company for this also did Joe Millionaire, which we've already done. So they've also done a bunch of
two takes.
Yeah, they stopped producing things after this, really, which I don't really know how production companies work in the long run, but they also did the Married with Children reunion TV movie, Temptation Island reality TV show, and the MASH anniversary reunion movie. Just real bangers here.
I mean, they have a niche that things that are easy to film and basically going to guarantee you to make money.
Trading spouses, meet your new mommy. I don't know if that's
What?
a parody show or not, but we might need to do this one. There's no plot on IMDb, so it's probably impossible to find, but we'll have to see. All right, so let's do
Maybe.
some questions, or do you have any other internet corner stuff, Noah?
I think so. One thing I want to call out. So this show is from 2004. Despite that, so in one scene of the show, the boss is asking about everyone's love life and like who's a girlfriend, who's not. Um, and I find the show oddly progressive to be
Yeah,
like the women were like saying, "Oh, that's inappropriate" and whatnot, even on like the initial interaction. Right in 2004, I feel like that would have gone over a little bit easier.
I feel like there's a little bit of a sine wave for this kind of thing. But yes, the show is like making fun of the business world. So it also is going to show you all the things that like the narrative that they want to tell you is like, this is really inappropriate for your boss to try and figure out if you're single or not. And,
Mhm.
everyone knows it's inappropriate. So the show is like, taking it to the next level, which is what I tend to appreciate about this show is like it's not just like, oh, we're really making this look like The Apprentice. Like, no, we are showing like we're taking this, turning it up another notch to like this is really making fun of capitalism and the business world, and like not just being a parody of The Apprentice, which
Yeah,
maybe it is, but it's like showing you like making fun of capitalism, and that's great. I'm a big fan.
the opening few minutes of the show are extremely well done.
Yeah.
Like just digging into capitalism, digging into like four top people in the world, and yeah, I think it starts off at a super high note, and I think it's a fine show actually. But yeah, it starts off very good.
Um, who's the worst human being, Brian?
Ooh. Hmm. I don't think can we say the producers? Like they're like really
Mm.
evil to the contestants.
I mean, definitely lie like the whole like lying to the contestants about this like company is
Mm,
probably the worst thing that happens in this show.
mm,
But all these people like want to be in this situation.
Yeah, they're
totally.
willing to go through whatever
Yeah.
as a trial.
What about the guys that were lying about a charity? That's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad. Yeah, I can go with that.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. I have one, and I know you're gonna argue this, but I'm gonna go with Donald J. Trump.
He's not
He's
even
kind of
in
in the
it.
show, but is he? I mean, his essence is all over the show, and you know what? If there's a chance to put him under the bus, I think we should throw him under the bus.
Okay. That's what you think.
I'm gonna
I mean,
lock
it
it
is
in.
why this show got
Final.
made.
That's your final
Exactly.
answer. I'm going with the men. The men.
Men.
The men.
Who's
All the on
who's
the
the worst
men
human being? Men.
men on the team.
Men.
The men on the team.
Yep.
All right. Let's go over the host. Let's figure out if this is Apex or not. So he
Mm,
was in he's
mm,
known for some movie called Broken, a
broken.
TV show called Moonlight, not the movie Moonlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some movie called Water, and he was in 2 episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful.
Ooh, soap opera.
Wait. The bold and the beautiful, or the bald and the beautiful?
The Bold, or The
The
Bold.
bold. Okay.
The
So like
Bold.
the bald and the beautiful could make a good parody in itself.
Yeah. I don't even see the show on his IMDb. It's weird
Ooh.
because
No,
it's
I see it.
okay.
Self.
Oh,
There's a different
is it?
category.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a different category. Hate this stupid new IMDb. Although he's not himself. He's kind of himself, and he's not himself.
It's true. He
Yeah,
sounds like
I
a
would say
name.
he's not himself.
I
Yeah,
would say
definitely not
this
himself.
is Apex for sure. He's starring in this show. I don't think he's starring in any of these other things.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's just like a
Yeah,
bit actor.
yeah, yeah.
All right, let's
I mean,
move on.
he's probably has like a job. He looks like he's not making enough money
Yeah,
doing
he's as I said, I think he stopped acting. His last thing was in 2017, but it was very sparing after like 2004.
it.
Anyway, drinking rules. Brian, what's a good drinking rule you got for me?
Every time somebody yells, take a drink.
Brian, we're not trying to kill people.
You say that every week, and I have not listened yet.
Noah, what's your drinking rule?
How many people has Brian killed?
Take a drink. Take a drink every time Brian kills you.
Yeah. Take a drink every time there is something inappropriate said.
Take a drink every time the production crew lies about this job and this
Mm,
company.
mm,
Brian,
Drink every time you see champagne.
I feel like drink every time they're
mm,
drinking.
No, that's fair. I was
mm,
thinking like I was initially thinking
mm.
like the garbage food, but that's really tough to tell.
Yeah, that could be also part of the production crew lying.
Yeah,
Like you could take that as a lie if you want.
yeah.
No, you have another one, or we're good?
Yeah. Nah, drink every time you see the color gold.
Ooh.
Gold. All
Gold.
right. Would this show be better as a Quibi or a TikTok? I don't think so.
I'm, I'm gonna
I think
say, considering mobile phones didn't exist when this show existed, I don't know if this question applies anymore for the show.
Too bad. I already asked it.
Brian, what do you think?
I think I can easily see this. Like you'll see the clips going on TikTok, but I don't think the show's gonna be better on TikTok.
No, the show's not going to
Yeah,
be better at TikTok for sure.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Who's going to hook up next? That's the biggest question we have.
Mm,
I think that Annette and Mr. Donald Trump,
hmm, hmm.
they're going to hook up next.
Nah,
No other contenders?
I mean,
no. I
they don't
think like everybody
really.
called out like the sexist stuff in the show, so like there's not really gonna be like anything where it's like
I
sleeping with
mean, some
anybody.
of the contestants,
Eh,
they're drinking champagne, they got on a phone, they're hanging out
Mm,
in the penthouse.
yeah, but still, like they may be hanging out in the penthouse, but they're also competing against one another. And I don't, it's not as easy.
Okay.
mm.
All right. Well, there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
go with the Donald Trump character with the woman actress who plays like his like VP of finance or something. And the reason being, I think that they're gonna hook up on the show because they're gonna show how far the executives go to make the boss happy. And so they're gonna do like a fake kiss to show it.
Yeah, yeah, sure. That would be great. That'd be good. That'd be a good
Yeah.
note. Um, do we'll skip production schedule because we have absolutely no idea. Like
No, we saw
this
3 days.
was 20 years ago. Got no idea.
Well, they started filming in July 2004, and we know it aired in November 2004.
Wow.
So
Oh, like 2
I'm
weeks max.
something like that, probably. Yeah.
Brian, what do you love about this show?
Hmm.
I like that everybody is actually aware that like they're being assholes, even if it's like really, really shitty. Like it still wouldn't fly nowadays.
Hmm.
Noah, what do you love about this show?
It's entertaining. Um, I like that it moves along. The satire is like over the top. There's a lot of good jokes. The challenge part's a little slow and whatnot. But I found it entertaining. Like, yes, these people being duped, but they're signing up for The Apprentice. Like, they kind of deserve it.
What I love about the show is it kind of is a point. It's kind of like the business world sucks, and this is
Hmm.
why, and capitalism kind of sucks, and this is why, and these are the people why it sucks, and they're your like future bosses, and let enjoy us, make fun of them, and that's great. That's what I love about the show. So let's do some
I like
ratings.
that.
We do top, middle, bottom, third, compared to other reality shows. Brian, what do you got for me?
I think I'm gonna have to put this squarely in the middle. I don't. I felt a little uncomfortable at times watching this show, but it was still like hilarious and also kind of bad in a good way. It was also just like terrible to watch on YouTube. The quality was not
Oh, the
there.
quality, yeah.
Oh, oh, that's yeah.
Noah, what do you got for me?
So I really enjoyed this show. Um, that said, I wouldn't put it in the top because I'm not going to watch more of it. And so it kind of goes out the door with that. Um, but definitely middle, top of the middle, super enjoyable to watch. As I mentioned, I love the parody aspect of it. I think it's done super well. And I hope they have more shows like this in the future.
I'm gonna put it in the top. Screw you guys. I think this show is really funny. I think that it actually has a point. Like, and that's
Yeah.
like I can't tell you another reality show really that has a point other than like
Mm,
Nathan Fillion shows. Like they
yeah.
have a point, but like yeah. So I was gonna put it on the top. I think it was funny. I agree with Brian. It was a little uncomfortable to watch, but the more I saw these people, the more I hated them. So the more I'm okay with you messing with them. And like you're
Yeah.
messing with them and it's funny. So,
Yeah.
you sign up for what you sign up for. It's not like it's not regular people on the street. So
Yeah.
it makes me,
I think it's a very good rationale for the rating. There's so few shows that have a very strong point of view.
yeah. Uh, I mean, there's just like not many parody satire things done anymore.
Yeah.
Like the only
Mm,
parody satire things, sometimes you get a horror movie that's a little like satire and you get some like TV shows that can be a little satire, but you don't get like not another teen movie or a scary movie anymore. Those are the days of those. You don't get any more airplanes anymore. Like it just like doesn't happen.
well, I mean, they're all like Adam Sandler, um, Rob Schneider Netflix movies now. Like that is what
Well, I
you
mean,
know.
they did do that for a while, but like I just don't. They haven't even made those in a while.
Definitely less so. Now it's like all Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart literally has a new movie every other month.
I
He is
mean,
nonstop.
if I was Kevin Hart, that's what I'd be doing.
Good for
Oh
him.
yeah. Oh, he's killing it. He is crushing it.
Yeah, but
Even on top of that, his production company is just pumping shit out. So I mean, he is just raking it in.
yeah. So let us know what you thought about this show on Twitter at Who Put This On. And if you want to join us next week for Parody Month, we're going to be doing a new show. So, maybe they still are making these. It's called Jury Duty, and we'll watch episode 1. It'll be on Freevee. So it's coming out April 7th.
Freebie.
Cannot wait.
So
And if you're not sure what Freebie is, it's free TV from Amazon.
it used to be IMDb TV. Now it's Freevee. It's free.
Which I wonder whether I mean I guess you're separating it from IMDb, which is probably smart, but
Because
it's a hard choice.
you know what? I tell Brian IMDb TV, and you're like, "Oh, is that good movies? Like what's on IMDb TV? Is that like a new thing?" No. And when I say, "Oh, Brian, it's on Freevee," you're like, "Oh, the garbage free stuff." Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really shot themselves in the foot with their TV branding. Like they're gonna have to do another one because they have Amazon Prime TV. Obviously, it comes with your Prime subscription. Then the IMDb ones, and they had to create this free tier. Realistically, they just have one TV brand. Then there's the Prime version, the non-Prime version, right? And it should be like TV brand Prime, and TV brand, and they're gonna have to work their way to there.
I guarantee you, many, many man years of time was spent to come up with the name Freevee.
Oh,
They are
I know they're yeah. I mean, yes,
they're
100%.
definitely not coming up with a new name anytime soon.
Oh, just because they spent hundreds of man years and woman years, doesn't mean they're not coming to the new name soon. Like these people need
How
jobs.
many non-binary years, Noah?
I mean, for this one, I'd say probably
Just if
1/10.
you're going to
1/10
include
of
women, we can't stop there. We got to have
yeah,
everyone represented.
all
We're just like
years,
we can't upset anyone.
all the years.
Just
But I will take a bet that within 3 years from now, there will be a rebranding, and it's going to be TV brand name and then TV brand prime, and that's going to be their TV
okay,
offering.
I'll take this bet. I'll take it.
Brian, let the record show.
All right.
What is the bet?
April 5th, 2026. That I'm gonna
It will
there's
not be
TV
free.
brand,
TV brand
yeah,
Prime.
and TV brand prime.
Okay.
Like it's
Brand.
Amazon TV and Amazon.
What
TV
is
Prime.
our bet? What is the bet here?
Shotgun bet.
Do we have to do the 999? Have you heard about this bet?
No.
This thing on TikTok?
No.
So there's this thing on TikTok where somebody went to a baseball game and had to eat 9 hot dogs and 9 beers in 9 innings.
Okay, you can go ahead and do that.
Somebody did the math. It's like $250 just to buy the food to do this challenge.
No, you can bring your own like hot dogs in at least.
Well, here,
Yeah,
not every baseball stadium.
yeah,
Let you
sure.
bring your hot dogs in.
Wait, but then the hot dogs aren't going to stay hot.
That's your problem. You can either bring in like normal size hot dogs and space save like $100.
Like you can either spend 12 times 9 or you could spend 20 times 9.
If you eat a foot long, does it count as 3 hot dogs?
No, that's one hot dog.
You spend like $12 on like all 9 of them. Not like
No, I meant like if you bought them at the stadium.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They'd be $8 hot dogs, right?
Yeah.
I think if it's a normal size hot dog, like the normal basic one, you could do 9 of those in 9 innings. If you go to the full foot long big ass motherfucker, like no, you're done.
We got to get back on the
The podcast is over. Podcast is over now. We're on the garbage time. This is garbage time.
Okay.
Garbage time.
Garbage time.
The 9 beers, and the 9 beers also depends. We're talking about 9 12 ounces. Okay, there's like a
No, you're doing
9,
16 ounces because that's what's available at the
pints.
stadium.
Yeah, right. 9 pints. So that's.
It could be even 9 22 ounces. Who knows what they have at the stadium?
Yeah, no.
We will make sure the mounds are blue.
Can we bring in a cooler?
No.
So then how are we going to keep the mounds blue?
We'll get them in the can.
Your problem.
There's no help in the situation. Noah goes in by himself and has to get 9 hot dogs from the concession stand, 9 beers from the concession stand. Like he can't just have you go get these things.
Oh, I'm absolutely going with him. Like
you're gonna go and you can watch, but you can't help him.
Okay, fine.
You can't go and get the things.
Now that the bet is made and the contract's done, there's a loophole here.
What?
You just said baseball game. You said baseball game.
I said baseball
game. Yeah. There's many types of baseball. Little league, varsity.
Yeah, it's 9 innings. I don't care if you go to Pee Wee baseball. Pee Wee baseball is not going to have 9 innings. But if you go to actual Major League Baseball, 9 innings is going to be a lot longer than 9 innings in that minor league ball. Just going to say it.
I cannot have you getting trashed at a legal league game.
But then you can control the Blue Mountains and the hot dog.
You could definitely, the wallet will be way better if you went to like a minor league versus major league. But the major league game is going to take you 3 hours, 3 plus a little bit maybe. That minor league is going to be like under 2. Like it's a lot of food to eat under 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a little tighter, a little tighter. Well,
all right, we'll roll after
the record show, Brian. Let the record show.
All right.
Any shout outs, Brian? You have a shout outs this week?
Taskmaster season 15. Off to a great
start. Pretty good. I like that. Noah, any shout outs this week?
My perennial shout out to the Church of John Oliver. Always good, always on, love it. And Your Honor, season 2, I forgot if I shouted it out before, but I'm in the middle of it. Season 1 was great. Season 2, also going super well. Bryan Cranston, how can you go wrong with that? And I finished Fleischman is in Trouble on Hulu. Um, it was a good watch. Disappointed with the last episode. I feel like it was way too full of itself in the way it ended.
Yeah, it kind of turned into like you thought it would be one kind of show, then it zigzags into like not what you were expecting from the beginning. I didn't want to tell
Yeah.
you last week, but that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I was really disappointed at the end. I was like, this is so preachy. Like, yeah, I just didn't like how much it was full of itself. But it was enjoyable 1 through 7.
I'm going to shout out the D&D movie, Honor Among Thieves. Good. It's a good movie. I thought it was pretty fun.
Oh,
Fun movie. Don't need to know anything about D&D. You could just go have a fun romp through a fantasy world. It was great.
I love
Highly
romping.
enjoyable. All right. Well, that's it for us this week. Vote in our poll on Twitter at Who Put This On. Who knows how polls work there anymore? I don't know. We'll have to figure it
Does
out.
Twitter work anymore?
I don't
Does
know.
Twitter work? Yeah.
It's all just blue check marks and stuff. I don't know.
Elon
Facebook.
really shit the bed on that.
Okay, we're done. We're not talking about Elon. We already talked about Mr. Trump today. So facebook.com/Who Put This On. You can ask questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next time.